Hey everyone and welcome. In this video we look at an article in the Express about a Brexit row that's erupting and Boris's strong answer to the EU negotiators' stupid claims. It's titled Brexit row erupts, Boris Johnson's fight back over unprecedented demands. He says, "We've left." Reminds me of our "and we're off Widdicombe, doesn't it? Anyway, I've got an off track. Let's read and see what this is all about, shall we?
And I do believe that we have rotten politics, and I'm not using that as an exaggeration. Rotten politics in this country at the moment.
Well, thank you very much for the intro, Anne. Let's read. Downing Street has hit back at claims that by the European Union that British negotiators are deliberately planning to scupper the post-Brexit trade talks with the bloc. The row erupted after European Trade Commissioner Phil Hogan, who's an Irishman, said the government would blame the lurgy pandemic for any disruption caused by not reaching a free trade agreement by the end of the year. The Irishman suggested Boris Johnson's army of negotiators could be approaching the talks with a plan to deliberately leave the transition period without a deal. Well, let me just say at this point, Irishman, you came to the talks with the express plan of stopping it altogether, didn't you? Despite the urgency and enormity of the negotiating challenge, I am afraid we are only making very slow progress in the Brexit negotiations. And that's down to you. You've had 4 years to come up with a plan. See, you want a deal that fits you and you alone. We wanted a deal that was mutually beneficial. You are the ones that have stopped that, not us. And now, no deal's looking more and more promising. And if you've only got yourself to blame, to be honest, there is no real sign that our British friends are approaching negotiations with a plan to succeed. I hope I'm wrong, but I don't think so. I hope you're right. I think that the United Kingdom politicians and government have certainly decided that Lurgy is going to be blamed for all the fallout from Brexit, and my perception of it is they don't want to drag the negotiations out into 2021 because they can effectively blame Lurgy for everything. No, you're effectively blaming and lumping it all into one branch, aren't you? It's nothing to do with that. The reason he doesn't want to extend is because he knows the people won't allow him to extend, you muppet. Number 10 rejected the suggestions of sabotage, insisting David Frost, the Prime Minister's chief negotiator, is looking forward to a constructive round of negotiations next week with Brussels. I don't think you're going to get constructive at all off Brussels. I think they're incapable of negotiating any sort of deal that's beneficial for two parties. I think it's all about me. And the last 4 years have been proof of that, have they not? The Prime Minister's spokesman said, "I don't accept that at all. We look forward to negotiating constructively in the next round." I'm not too sure they do, you know. I think they're just flapping the lips on that. I think they know, the same as we know, that the EU are going to be incapable of backing down. They're just going to keep pushing and crying and screaming and stamping their feet and spitting a dummy out and crying and screaming and calling us names until we walk away giving them a 2-finger salute. Think I'm wrong? Let me know in the comments. We are ready to keep talking to the EU, but that does not make it more likely we will agree to the EU's proposals, as we are an independent state. UK negotiators have argued extending the transition period would be a pointless delay. Bad editorial there. They have argued the December 31st deadline is helping focus minds on both sides. Michel Barnier, the EU's chief negotiator, has briefed European capitals he believes his British counterparts are running down the clock to ramp up time pressure on the bloc. Right, let me stop you there, Mr. Barnier. You have put time pressure on the bloc yourselves by not negotiating as friends. You've negotiated as tyrants, and that's been your biggest downfall, and it's going to be why we walk away on a no deal, which is exactly what most of us actually voted for anyway. You restricted your hands. You are the ones that have tied yourselves to a post. It wasn't us that put you in this position. It was your horrible political tactics that you've been playing. You know, calling the British people xenophobes for wanting to vote out of a bloc, a trade bloc, you know, that sort of stuff. Because we've been listening to it for months, haven't we, everyone? But anyway, they need us a lot more than we need them. Let's just have a quick look at a German MEP, shall we, and what he's saying about Brexit.
Great Britain in chaos. We see warnings in the British media, mocking in the German media, as was the case with the hysteria before the Brexit referendum. However, there are serious consequences. Great Britain is the third largest German export market, and together with the USA, the most profitable. For the rest of the EU, it's the second largest export market, and with a hard Brexit, there could be losses of German jobs in tens of thousands, particularly in the car industry. We'll also see the loss of the UK contribution of 10 to 12 billion euros, and the costs will detrimentally affect the country of Germany.
So as he says, the European Union are upset we're mocking them at the beginning there. Do you hear that? Oh, diddums. It's such a shame for them, isn't it? They also now reveal how bad no deal would be for Germany. Well, let me say this, EU, you should have thought of that before you tried to threaten, cajole, pay off, bully, insult, sow division in our country, shouldn't you? Do you agree with me, everyone? I mean, he bloody started with calling us hysterical. In my opinion, this is the real swamp. So if you're listening, Trump, ignore your swamp for now. Destroy the EU swamp, because they're the biggest threat to the world at the minute, in my opinion. But anyway, what's my opinion on this? I think they're just screaming, and you know, like a toddler throws itself on the floor and kicks its feet on the floor and wahs a lot. Yeah, this is the EU doing that. Are they going to back down on it? Are they? Heck, they're not going to back down. They're going to keep pushing until we walk away with the no deal that everybody wanted, and we can go away and sort our own economies and all of that sort of stuff, and we'll give the EU a big two-finger salute, and we'll tell the European people, as on an individual basis, we can talk again when you've got rid of them. But what say you? Do you feel the same? Do you think they'll ever back down? Do you think this is just more because I do. I think this is just the EU version of Let me know in the comments. If you are new to the channel, don't forget to hit the like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell icon. That way you'll be notified whenever I go live and with a new video. You won't miss any. If you want to share the content out, guys, it would really help me out. It helps the channel grow. Stay safe, and I'll see you on the next one.
And I do believe that we have rotten politics, and I'm not using that as an exaggeration. Rotten politics in this country at the moment.